Caitlin Clark's $28 million secret proves that in the WNBA, the biggest battle isn't happening on the court, but in the accounting offices, where the league's future is being negotiated. While the public is focused on the sold-out arenas and the record-breaking television ratings, a far more intense financial war is being waged behind the scenes between elite agencies, league executives, and a group of veteran players who feel they're being left behind in the greatest economic boom in women's sports history. The narrative we are seeing in the headlines is often a carefully constructed PR strategy designed to mask a massive divide between what the players are generating and what they are actually being allowed to keep. Many fans believe the drama is just about rookie hazing or personality clashes, but the reality is that the industry is currently undergoing a shadow war over the definition of revenue sharing. Per reports from industry insiders in late 2025, the gap between a superstar's official $76,000 salary and their actual $28 million business empire has reached a breaking point that threatens to trigger a total league shutdown. Today, we are going to follow the money, look at the leaked sponsorship tiers, and analyze the agency moves that the league is desperately trying to keep out of the headlines. By the end of this deep dive, we will answer 3 critical questions that the front office won't touch. How can a player with a 5-figure salary afford a private security detail that costs more than the entire team's payroll? Why are league officials allegedly keeping the real merchandise revenue numbers hidden from the players' union? And finally, what is the secret exit strategy being built by the top stars to bypass the WNBA salary cap entirely through a private 3-on-3 league? The first thing we have to address is the recent revelation regarding the Nike contract and the brutal reality of the signature shoe market. According to a report by the Times of India on July 28, 2025, a massive controversy erupted when the specifics of a $28 million endorsement deal were finally leaked to the public. Despite the massive ratings Caitlin Clark brings to the league, the contract itself is allegedly structured in a way that rewards marketability over on-court performance. This isn't just a matter of talent. It is a cold business calculation based on projected retail sales and global brand equity. While one player secured this landmark deal as reported in August 2025, her rivals are finding that their social media engagement doesn't always translate into the same level of guaranteed financial backing from the big shoe brands. This has created a 2-tier economic system where teammates are playing for the same championship trophy but living in 2 completely different financial universes. This friction is the true source of the tension we see during games. It's not just about a hard screen or a trash-talking moment. It's about a veteran player seeing a rookie sign a contract worth more than the veteran's entire career earnings before they have even played a single professional minute. This financial jealousy is being weaponized by rival agencies to create a hostile environment narrative that keeps the cameras rolling and the engagement numbers high. However, the most shocking part of this industry's current evolution isn't the shoe deals. It's the alleged conflict of interest involving the players' union and a new private league called Unrivaled. Per a discussion on the WNBA subreddit and confirmed by industry analysts on December 18, 2025, serious questions were raised about how the top stars are essentially building their own financial sandbox to escape the league's restrictive salary rules. The reality is, the WNBA salary cap is so low that it has forced the game's biggest icons to become their own employers. By creating a separate entity, players can receive equity stakes and massive payouts that would be illegal under the WNBA's current collective bargaining agreement. This is effectively a shadow salary system. While the league office tries to maintain a public image of parity and team building, the top stars are moving toward a model where the WNBA is just a low-paying summer internship used to grow their personal brands for their winter ventures. Industry experts suggest this is a calculated move to force the league to open its books during the upcoming 2026 2026 negotiations. If the players can prove they can generate millions in a smaller, player-owned format, the league's claim that they are losing $40 million a year starts to look like a very creative form of corporate accounting. This leads us to the third major point: the looming battle over the 2026 collective bargaining agreement and the pay us what you owe us movement. According to a report by The Guardian on July 21, 2025, players are no longer accepting the narrative that the league is a charity venture that requires constant subsidizing from the NBA. They are pointing to the massive surge in ticket sales and the fact that the new media rights deal is set to jump to over $200 million annually. The discrepancy is staggering. Players are alleging that the league is using facility upgrades and expansion costs as a way to hide profits and suppress wages. This is why we see high-profile athletes using their post-game press conferences to talk about business metrics rather than basketball plays. They are signaling to the owners that they know the true value of the Clark effect. It's not just about one player. It's about a league that has doubled in value in 24 months, while the minimum salary hasn't even kept up with inflation. The tension isn't just between the players on the court. It's a labor war between the talent that creates the value and the executives who want to keep the profit margins high for the next round of expansion. Beyond the numbers, the league has also had to deal with internal investigations that some insiders believe are being used as PR shields to protect the league's clean image. Per a CBS News report on May 27, 2025, the league was forced to investigate claims of inappropriate behavior during a high-profile matchup in Indiana. While the investigation focused on fan conduct, the timing of the drama served a specific purpose for the front office. By focusing the national conversation on social issues and fan behavior, the media attention was diverted from the growing frustration over the league's travel policies and the lack of private charter flights for all teams. For months, players had been complaining about the physical toll of commercial travel, but it wasn't until the Clark effect made the commercial airports a security risk that the league suddenly found the $25 million needed to fund charter flights. It's a classic case of industry manipulation. Wait for a public safety scandal to reach a boiling point, then use a pre-planned financial solution to quiet the labor unrest and look like the hero. We also have to look at the agency shadow war. In the basketball industry, 2 or 3 major agencies represent nearly 90% of the league's top talent. These agencies aren't just negotiating contracts, they are dictating which players get the national TV slots and which rivalries get the most social media push. According to industry insiders, certain locker room leaks about player jealousy are often orchestrated by agents who want to increase their client's villain or victim status to secure more endorsement deals. We saw this with the reports of tension between the Indiana and Chicago franchises, where every minor interaction was blown out of proportion by media outlets with ties to specific player agencies. This is a high-stakes game of branding, where the players' genuine relationships are sacrificed for the sake of a more profitable rivalry narrative. If a star player feels they aren't getting enough marketing support from the league office, their agency will ensure that stories about lack of protection or unfair treatment start hitting the headlines to force the league's hand. The final piece of this puzzle is the merchandise blackout rumor that has been circulating since late 2025. Industry analysts suggest that the league's official retail partners have seen a 300% increase in jersey sales, but the players' share of that revenue is tied to an outdated formula that doesn't account for the current explosion in popularity. While the league claims that merchandise revenue is reinvested into the game, the players are demanding a transparent audit. They suspect that the Clark jerseys are funding expansion fees for new teams rather than going into the players' pockets as part of their promised revenue share. This wealth gap is the real reason the league is facing a potential strike. The players at the bottom know the league is being valued at over $1 billion now, but they are still struggling to find affordable housing in major cities like New York or Los Angeles on a $66,000 salary. This isn't just about a game anymore. It's about an entire workforce realizing they are being underpaid for their historical contribution to the bottom line. In summary, the rivalry and the drama we see on our television screens is only the tip of the iceberg. The real story is about a league that is experiencing the fastest growth in sports history, but is still trying to operate under an old, restrictive business model. We have seen how agency manipulation, the creation of shadow leagues like Unrivaled, and a lack of financial transparency have created an environment where the players no longer trust the owners. The stars are making millions through their secret endorsement deals, but they are doing it in spite of the league structure, not because of it. This tension is going to come to a head in the next 12 months, and the outcome will determine whether the WNBA becomes a global powerhouse or a cautionary tale of how to ruin a golden opportunity through corporate greed. The business of basketball has never been more lucrative, but it has also never been more divided. The Clark effect proved that the money is there. Now the players are going to make sure the money is theirs.